Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. We're going to cover the first round, Tagada and Turbo's first round matchup in the Legend of the Stars Qualifier number 2. Once again, nearly $2,000 for this end of year championship we're going to have here in 2019. And this one, the qualifier tournaments, 4 spots available in this tournament to the semi-finalists. And we have Tagada and Turbo. First thing I want to do is thank patrons on Patreon. Cal, Christian, Eric, Florian, Itanic, Jake, John, Jono, Jewel, Jussie, Luca, Matt, Michael, Pablo, Panda, Paul, Richard Tubbs, Shapey Fiend, Tom Page, Zephyrel. So thank you to everyone donating. And this video may be all the games from this first round matchup, depending on if I get maybe interrupted. But for now, the first map we're watching is Eye of the Storm. Of course, very well known map. The way this tournament works is everyone has a seed based on their ladder rating. So Tagada is a higher seed than Turbo. 1 plays 16, 2 plays 15, etc. There's a map pool of 7 maps, and both players veto 2 maps. I believe the lower seed player gets the first veto. I could be wrong on that, but so that leaves you with 3 maps, and then we have a best of 3, and we start with 5x5. If there's any 5x5 maps available, those will be the first. You can see in this matchup, the 5x5 map, Williamson's Bridge, has been vetoed. So we go on in alphabetical order to the 10x10, and that gives us Eye of the Storm. And we proceed through the 10x10s alphabetically until we get to the 20x20 maps. So series are likely to end on 20x20 maps, which could be important for this tournament and the future qualifiers. There will be 2 more qualifiers after this, and they will be very soon, I believe, maybe in consecutive weekends. So Turbo, burgundy red. Tagada in the blue, both playing Cybran. This map, I would say, yeah, well, I guess people are just so comfortable in Cybran that it's hard to get them to move away from it. But certainly, Seraphim is quite nice on this map. Aeon, I feel like Aeon is quite good here. But yeah, people are so comfortable in Cybran. The advantage of Cybran, I suppose, would be the Jester could be a major one. Certainly, having good frigates, good T2 air options. Turbo is walking to the middle with his ACU. His second air factory is complete later than Tagada. Tagada maybe is expanding. Expansion seems similar, maybe slightly faster for Tagada actually. Tagada also with a bit more reclaim somehow. Maybe he got more of these rocks mixed into these trees here. So, not much happening so far, but we do have a bomber and we have an air scout which has perhaps spotted it. Certainly no lock on that bomber, so maybe it's escaped. Is this air scout going to go to the right place? Will it find both these? Oh, look at this. Tagada smells something. Smells some danger. This bomber is going to get a kill, barring tragedy, which does not happen. Bomber has its second target locked, but it will not make it there. Naval factory begins. Turbo, meanwhile, is just making T2 mechs, which is quite common to make an early T2 mechs. Tagada thinks better of his Navy. Okay. Decides to abandon Navy, and Tagada just says brutal. What happened? I missed that. Whatever happened there. T2 mechs finishes. Turbo, of course, tells his opponent straight away. Tagada now starts his own. Transport moving to the right. Nothing to stop it. Nice balance. Power's not being wasted at the minute, although he may run out of mass to fund this T2 mechs once his units, once his engineers land and start building. He's getting a bit of reclaim from the middle, but the ACUs are going to meet here. I am seeing this more and more, that ACUs moving to the middle. Well, here we go. What will they do here? Turbo with 10 inties surely has less. Only slightly. Now Tagada is really suffering from mass. Needs to get... Should have dropped an engineer here, because there's a lot of reclaim. Oh, wait. Is he going to? Yes, he is. Very nice. Factory going up immediately. Mexes will be taken. No units whatsoever. I feel as though you should probably make extra land for the sides if you are sending your ACU to mid. I probably wouldn't go for the quick T2 mechs in that case. Probably go for units. You could imagine it wouldn't have taken many units to stop Tagada getting what he wanted here in the corner. ACUs are just... Somehow Tagada has 2,000, nearly 2,000 less HP. And he's wondering why. So am I, honestly. It's bizarre. Obviously the ACUs do the exact same damage. And so Tagada must have just not been shooting somehow. Perhaps he's building mechs while getting hit. Oh, Turbo is saying it's an epic draw, and he has a submarine. Oh god. There is no T2 air. Oh, he's making T2 air actually already. He's making it immediately now. And Tagada is 3,400, and Turbo is following him. Turbo with nothing in the corner. Don't know where this transport... I don't know what it was doing. And now the gesture I mentioned earlier is... Oh, no, that was a mole. So this looks quite bad for Turbo, except for the fact that Tagada is being followed by this ACU. I love how they just stare at each other even though they're underwater and they can't do anything. They're just like... Just a brutal staring match. Oh, now he wants to look at the frigate. Another thing he can do nothing about. This submarine has done a few hundred damage now. And the ACU keeps following, so as soon as he comes out of the water, he won't be able to get out of range of the ACU. Here come his units now. He should be sending them back. And he's actually taking the corner as well. Turbo is loving this. Torpedo bomber. Where's the Corsair? Because he's coming out of the water soon. Yeah, another Corsair now. Is next. There's no way. Surely. Even the frigate should get in and do some damage. Submarine has done at least 1,000 damage. More than that, counting for regen. Tagada gets out of the water. He's, for some reason he went this direction. And he's getting blocked by his own units. This is terrible. Now he's taking damage from the frigate. He's 2,300. HP. And he's not ever getting out of range of this ACU. Turbo at 4,000. A lot of engineers dropped for some reason. Tagada at 1,100. Where's the Corsair? Oh, it's so late. Turbo. Oh, he's dropped under 2,500. He's gonna die. And the... oh my god. Just like one missile managed to get past the mountain there, and well, that's a draw. Okay, well, that means that we will have to watch that map again. Draws are replayed. They're not counted as a half point each. They're replays needed, which makes sense. It avoids a best of 3 turning into a draw. So let's see. Let's speed up the start a little bit and see if anything different happens this time. Good luck. Have fun. So, what will happen here? Similar stuff. Nobody makes... well, Turbo doesn't seem to want to defend his units too badly. Not sending anything to the top. They're both going to mid again, and yet not... See, the reason you don't send stuff to this side here, normally, or you might send one thing and hide it up here or something, one tank, try and be annoying. The reason you don't send many tanks here is because the ACU is obviously blocking this tiny choke. So if you think the ACU is going to the middle, make some units, make some tanks. He's making another T2 mechs again, and he's making a very fast transport. Okay, so this is certainly different. Turbo, the fast transport. Turbo, Tagada starts his transport now. Turbo should not be running after this air. Oh god. He's gonna suicide his air, surely. We have 6 inties here. 6, 7 here. 6 versus 7 can be won. But why would you risk that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How is this air fight gonna go? Because this could be important. This could be very important. Yeah, Tagada wins. Although the reinforcements are here, no, doesn't matter. Turbo's micro was not too great. He actually gets decent kills at the end though, when his micro improved. But Tagada wins it. Tagada now loads up his transport. Turbo has gone slightly idle with his engineers. Let's see if he can afford to... Nope, he definitely can't. So that's a problem. That's a big problem for him actually. Very bad power stall here. Stop. Stop the air. Build a hydro. Okay, well he would be in a good spot if he had energy. He doesn't, so this faster drop is going to be less valuable to him. AC's in mid, killing each other's mexes and taking reclaim. Basically, just the exact same thing from both of them. Fortunately, they can rebuild their opponent's mexes, or rebuild on top of their opponent's mexes quickly, because they're both Cybran. These two tanks could do a lot of damage here. He could definitely kill this engineer, would be a great kill, and a free mex kill. Don't go idle. Quite a few tanks coming from the top. Turbo is not making any units whatsoever. It's also quite slow getting mexes. He's building an anti-air turret. Somehow he's getting the mid-mexes for free though. Tagada walked away when he should not have. The only units are coming from the left here. There's no additional land factories in the base. See the power situation. Turbo has caught up. It's a small stall now. Tagada is a T2 max ahead. T2 max on a bit ahead on economy. But again, somehow 4 maxes in the middle. And now if Tagada wants to shoot them with the ACU, he's going to take 500 damage from his opponent's ACU. Turbo, don't leave. No. It's free damage. I say he takes 500 damage from the enemy ACU because he has to do 500 damage to kill the Cybern mechs. Actually, he might have to do 600 because of the regen. 32 mechs almost finished. Turbo has just started another one, but you can see Tagada is assisting, which is more efficient and faster. Looks like there could be some decent damage about to come in on this side. Almost certainly gonna be some mechs going down, but this is a decent drop here. This could be annoying. What is it? A tank and an engineer. Let's see the air. Tagada must have more after the big power cell earlier on. He does. 20 interceptors versus 13. And this expansion has been killed. Tagada still lives for now. And he's adding more land factories in the base. And actually turned his engineer factory into a tank factory. Turbo just left middle. So Tagada is going to get this for free now if he wakes up. He also left the juicy reclaim as well for that PD that never got finished. This damage is absurd. So looking quite good for Tagada right now. Looking very good, in fact. He has air control. He has... Oh, that's nasty. Look at that. He actually took those 2 mexes. Good formation here. And a lot of air from Tagada. 4 T2 mexes. His core is upgraded fully. Well, barring more storages, and I think we should see T2 air or T2 land. It's definitely time for a T2 switch, I think, from Tagada, because he is in so much control. He has all the time he needs. He has economy advantage, so don't allow yourself to fall behind in tech. There's no reason to. I think T2 air would be the best option at this point, given his air control. 30 inties versus 23. Turbo has done some damage on this side, but not enough to justify this middle, and these 5 mexes dying here. So ACU is returned. It's far too late though. The damage is done. Another T2 mex for Tagada. And we're going to speed this up a little bit because it looks very comfortable at the minute. Seems like there's a drop coming somewhere. Aiming here. Turbo's still trying to do some damage. 4 T2 mex. We have T2 air from Turbo. There's a 5th T2 mex coming up. Still behind. He loses his transport there. And gets a good view of the size of Tagada's air force. Knows now that it's much bigger than his own. Does Turbo have T2 P-Gen? No, he doesn't. Only starting it now. He doesn't really need it at the minute, I would guess. He could make it slowly. Should be alright. Giving away middle for free is gonna really come back to haunt Tagada, or Turbo, sorry. Wow. Tagada even stole these mexes. Didn't just deny them to his opponent, actually stole them. T2 air is finished. T2 P-Gen. Quite close to being done. Nice economy balance here from Tagada. Quite nice. He will waste some power now once he gets the P-Gen, but he can find ways to use it. AC upgrades, for example. Building T2 support factories here. Or he could also reclaim these P-Gens, so it would be... Could fund perhaps T2 Navy. I think T2 Navy would be the way to go here to close this game out. T2 Navy is generally a game ender on this map. For obvious reasons, I think. So basically, we have a lot of options here for... Oh, there you go, T2 land. We have a lot of options, just depends what Tagada is going to go for. Uh-oh, Turbo taking a lot of damage from these T1 units. He may actually... Yeah, he's forced into the water, and there's this... Look at that torpedo bomber. Right there beside him already. Also spotted a renegade. Here it is. Already with 2 kills under its belt. Not sure why Tagada would send his vanilla AC forward. That seems like a recipe for disaster. At this point, with disadvantage, I would be sitting safely at home in my base under a shield. But I am paranoid. You know what they say. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. Oh wait, no. Yeah, doesn't mean they're not after you. Turbo wins air control. That's pretty impressive, honestly. And he has T2 Navy. And now that is very interesting. Unfortunately, he has lost the Navy fight at T1. Ooh, he lost all his frigates and subs, so this T2 Navy not going to be quite so scary. But now this ACU, now you can see he's very out of position. Vanilla ACU, and he's just lost air control. Unnecessarily, I have to say. Corsairs. Is it time for a snipe? I think after this destroyer, a couple of T2 subs maybe would be good. Cruiser I don't approve of. Oh, look at the damage this frigate can do. Beautiful. Uh-oh. Kite. Ouch. Here comes a Corsair. Random Corsair. I don't know what its plan is. Okay. That's quite a bit of T2 land that Turbo is not going to be able to deal with. Oh my god, his ACU is up here. His ACU is trapped. If Tagada spots the ACU, he will die. Uh-oh. Don't show yourself. Don't show yourself, Turbo. There's no way you survive. Oh, the... Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. It's been spotted. Yes. He just barely spotted him. This banger's been doing great work. Corsairs keep trying to snipe him. Tagada with the XD. Yeah, that is an XD. Oh, he's still alive. 1000 HP. No, he's not going to survive. He must have gotten a vet there. Oh, that's pretty silly. I love it. I love how he just barely caught a glimpse of him. Like, if he didn't see him, Tagada was retreating. Also, somehow several Corsairs came in to try and snipe the banger and just did not manage it. Did not land enough missiles on it. So the banger lived. Otherwise, the Corsairs could have probably killed a lot of that army. But yeah, there we go. Tagada wins. Reasonably comfortable, but maybe a bit scary for a moment when he lost air. But Turbo did not have a sniper ready, so he could not win it. GG. Tagada goes 1-0 up, and we are going to watch the next game. And I think we'll end the video after this game. So we're on Chiron. It's a map made by Mad Mozart, based on my map concept. I think it turned out okay, but not an amazing map, I would say. Unfortunately. But still quite fun. Nice to have more 20x20 maps, because there's not that many good ones. So this one will do. So, once again, Cybern, because, well, it's just how these guys roll. I don't think Cybern is necessarily so amazing that everyone should pick it every game. You might sense I'm slightly frustrated. But also because it's a tournament, if one person picks a certain faction, the other player may just choose the same faction to maintain the symmetry and play on even terms rather than a matchup, a faction mismatch. So both transports out. Wait, hang on. No. No transport from Turbo. Instead, a bomber empties. He's not catching this transport. He's done some damage, but we have an engineer here. 2 engineers here. Probably should drop now. Tagada, just to be safe. Drop. Oh, he's gonna lose it. Oh, he did. God, I thought he actually got away with that drop. But he loses it and wins air control. Still, his expansion will be significantly faster. Why is there no transport? Finally. Now, even if you go for this kind of thing, where you're being very aggressive, I still feel the transport has to come a little bit faster than that. However, this is good. Getting an air fight over here is, well, it's not a good air fight for Turbo. However, provides plenty of cover. Oh, now he's getting free kills here. Look at that. And that's not a dodge. Mexes are complete though. Oh, will he get the third? No, he won't. Oh, he might. He turns. He hit the... Oh, the bombs. The bombs just hit the interceptor, and 2 of the bombs landed, doing 100 damage total to the engineer. That's... Oh, Tagada's lucky that this engineer is alive. If 1 more bomb missed the inti, this engineer would die. But 4 of the 6 bombs hit the interceptor. Crazy. Why? Oh no. Now I see why he said fuck me. I thought maybe he had spotted what happened over here. He had not. He simply left his base without any engineers on the transport. Now he has accidentally built a second transport. Well, I'm assuming accidentally. So now we're going to see how good his APM is as he tries to drop with 2 transports. This could be actually very good for him because he has engineers in the base. He actually has enough build power to do this. If he can drop the plateaus up here, perhaps even the expansion, certainly this expansion. So let's see where he's going. He can drop this. He needs to just spam power with all of his engineers, in my opinion, because he is seriously lacking power. 280 energy means he's not going to be able to build any factories. Okay, that's quite good. Dropping on a hydrocarbon. I don't think he caught Tagada's other transport. He didn't. He actually did some damage to it. Tagada says, "Are we done?" He's referring to the inties constantly trying to attack his transports. Not yet, says Turbo. Okay, somehow managing to stay alive in terms of power. No, I spoke too soon. Never mind. Because he's building this stuff now. Okay, decent drops here. Base, you should probably... Well, it's hard to know what he should do. He certainly can't afford to build factories. Maybe he should just walk. Oh, ambitious. PD versus PD, and Turbo. Turbo could walk in this direction, actually. That would be somewhere for the engineers to go. Is that really a T2 max? Are you having a laugh? Well, I guess I can't argue with the positioning of it. Every mech on the main island can be killed by frigates. We haven't got any navy yet, but when we do, you will see all of the base mechs are killable. All of these mechs are killable by frigates as well. More drops coming. He actually built a factory here. He's trying to build some Medusa. There's a lab, so that's not going to go too well. Turbo finally has some power. He can unpause his air now and get back to producing it because he really needs it. Air is very important on this map, and he only has 7 interceptors now in 8 minutes. Double that for Tagada, who also has the score lead and a big power advantage, total mass advantage as well. Tagada, well, Turbo perhaps prioritizing building factories sometimes instead of expansion, like here. And here, these mechs could be his already, but he's building this stuff. This also, yeah, I guess it just wasn't too great a decision. We finally have a naval factory up over here. Nobody's dropped the top right corner yet. Turbo has 2 transports available. Uh-oh. Goodbye to that engineer. He trades 1 for 1, but 2v1. It's hard to win. In the reclaim war, Tagada planning quite a bit of production in the navy. And Tagada also dropping left corner, and he should be able to take it if he doesn't go idle. And he doesn't. He's quick. Very quick. Oh, here we go. 1v1 me, bro. Oh, it's a close one. Who's gonna win? Place your bets now. Oof. Oh, what a pro. 0 health engineer. Goes back to grabbing the juicy rocks. Beautiful stuff. However, he will probably just die from Medusa from this factory, but he will never be forgotten. The 0 health engineer, 1v1 pro. The duelist. Oh, we have a couple more T2 mexes, so now we have, how many do we have for Tagada? Once those finish, 4 versus perhaps 0. Yes, 0 T2 max for Turbo. That's a bad look. However, could potentially do some damage. He can't run over this. He does not have enough units. Looks pretty even here. Slightly more for Turbo, but he's standing still, taking some Medusa shots now. Tagada, you can see moving back and forth, making these Medusas pretty useless. Nice formation here, though. The old stand still, let your opponent run into you formation. It's one of the best formations available in Forge Alliance. T2 air is up for Turbo. Tagada is actually about to finish his T2 P-Gen. He is probably going to need that. Oh, I spoke too soon. He is really not need that, in fact. Time to recycle something, I would guess. Get rid of some P-Gens. Turbo, you can see he has had more units, but the extra units he has is generally here. And then once he gets to here, it's quite even, and so he can't make any damage happen. On this side, well, we're lacking intel, and he doesn't seem to be able to break through. There's decent production on this side. The ACU is arriving though, and that could be the thing that tips the balance. He should be pushing in here. He actually does have enough units now to clean out this expansion. That could be the turning point that gets him back into the game. Still, nobody gives a flying fuck about the top right corner. But Turbo is about to take a lot of damage, however, from these frigates. I hope he's not upgrading any mixes in his base. He isn't. He finally has a single T2 mix here in the safe position here. I think this is actually the safest spot on the map to begin with. Uh-oh. This is a messy engagement. It's a pure war of attrition, and looks like Turbo's winning it. On this side, he still hasn't pushed out, but now with Tagada moving his units in, that can often be the catalyst that tells someone to attack back. Sometimes if nothing happens, people just stand there, as has been happening. But Tagada moves in, loses some units, and then Turbo thinks, wait a second. Maybe I should move in. And now Tagada's going to lose that whole expansion. There's no doubt he never invested in a PD, which he probably should have a couple of minutes ago. He did have scouts, so he should have realized that there was a lot of units here. This ACU, however, is extremely vulnerable. Tagada may have the superior air force. It's quite close. It's quite close. It could come down to micro. And it could come down to luck. These units need to keep moving and make sure they finish all the factories. Corsairs are going to try to deal with the frigates. I wonder if 2 Corsairs will kill... Where are they going? They are... Oh, he's heading for the corner. He's doing a bit of a slow move, I guess. Is this the old come around the corner of the map and then snipe random stuff in the base from God knows where? These gunships are quite brutal versus the Mantis. Corsairs coming in as well, and he doesn't seem to want to kill the ACU, however. ACU furiously constructing T1 anti-air. On the bottom side, units looking very even in number. The Navy is where the advantage lays for Tagada. It's an air fight as Turbo charges in to kill the gunships, sending all of his inties, and an air fight begins. And this looks quite close, but maybe slightly better for Tagada. The micro is unfathomable. Oh, Tagada. No. That was a very bad turn there. And then a bad turn from Turbo. Are they actually... They are microing. They are actually microing. It's not patrol. I think. And Tagada wins it. But now Tagada's going to fly in over some anti-air, so... It's quite even. Oh, here come the Corsairs now. You can see the damage the Navy has done. Yeah, you see the base getting wrecked. The Corsairs are here. And the T2 Pigeon is going to go down. He should kill... Well, T2 mechs are certainly a good target. Also a good target would be... I mean, could he kill the HQ? It's unlikely he would kill the HQ, I guess. With, if he had a couple extra... Oh my god. Counter Corsairs. Was that upgrading? Please tell me it wasn't. T2 Pigeon goes down in Turbo's base now. Somehow this mech is still alive. And the Corsairs really didn't do what they should have done there. Oh, they wasted their missiles now on the same mechs. And the T2 Pigeon is going to be built very quickly. Oh, this is quite good now. Turbo doing very well on the bottom. And he has all these units here as well. Should probably... Yeah, this ACU doesn't feel very safe. The Navy, though. The Navy, you can see Tagada is killing so many mechs with this Navy. And that should make up for this loss. Certainly, he's killed so many mechs, but he's falling behind on T1 units now. Probably because he lost this production and never replaced it. You can see torpedo bombers and submarines have killed these mechs here. The main base is just ravaged by tridents. But torpedo bombers are cleaning up the mess a bit. And Turbo will try and take back those mass extractors. His control in the middle is very good though. Perhaps T2ACU would be in order. He really needs to replace that Pigeon actually. Jesus. Minus 800 power? He's not even upgrading a mech. Did he lose the Pigeon a second time perhaps? Or it's hard to know. It's hard to know why it took so long. So that cost him a lot of mass there because he was stalling so much power. His mass extractors take power to run, so if you stall, the mass production stalls as well. This is the problem with power stalling. Or the compound problem of power stalling. You don't just slow everything down, you even slow down... you even slow down your mass production. He is making a T3 mechs and that surely is an accident. There's no way he can think, no, this is an accident. He has 30% of a T3 mechs now. He's minus 70 power. He needs all kinds of units. It looks to me like this is far too much T1 naval production. Should probably pause all of that now because he just has, 20 frigates versus no navy whatsoever. Well, versus 6 T1 naval units. There's no naval production. There's only torpedo bombers, so I think Tagada should pause all of this navy and only make T2 navy if he's going to make anything. Corsairs destroying so many Mantis. Turbo still just chilling here. He only has 4 T1 anti-airs. If he feels completely safe with 4 T1 anti-airs, then, well, more power to him. But I would like a T2 upgrade, and there it is. And Turbo now in a good position. The Navy, although it did quite a bit of damage, well, the real problem was obviously this expansion. If he had a PD, maybe 2 PDs, maybe he could hold on to this for a while. Maybe T2 land would have been good to... oh god, that's a lot of Mantis coming. Corsairs are trying to hold back these Mantis, but actually he has gun ACU now and a PD here, so these Mantis have to turn around, find another avenue of attack, but they're not really going to, because Tagada is trapped in this corner here. He also has this expansion here as well, but he is almost pushed from this island, the center island where most of the mass lays. These Corsairs have done a lot of damage, but in the end they get wasted, in all honesty. Do we have T2 land? Oh, we do actually. Kind of surprised. We have some T2 mexes, again in safe position on the mainland. 54% T3 mex is paused. You have to finish it now, in my opinion. You have to. Can't make any other economy, any other mass economy. If he could make the T3 mex, that would just be amazing. These frigates really the only purpose they serve now is to get torpedo bombed. So Tagada is going to try and deal with that problem. He's flying directly over, giving perfect vision to his opponent, who runs away. And the interceptor count is quite even. Turbo has T2, and I was just about to say TML would be perfect right about now. Could even kill, say, these T1 factories. Certainly this T2 mex. There can't be any T2 tech here, can there? Oh, there is. T2 land is up. Hoplites on the way. The airfight never materialized as the torpedo bombers were retreated. Neither player wanted to fight. Tagada had no vision here. He doesn't have a radar up here for some reason. T2 radar up here would give him great vision of his opponent's half of the map, or quite a big part of his opponent's part of the map. TMLs are flying now. Has Turbo actually spotted the T2 HQ? Yes, now that he spotted it. That's not a TMD, is it? I don't think it is. This could be the death toll. The missile lands. Tagada knows that is extremely bad now. Torpedo bombers get wasted a bit. Actually has plenty more in reserve. Probably shouldn't keep making those. Oh, T3 air on the way for Turbo. That seems like quite a good decision. The mass bar does not look so good though, let's be honest. But with the T2 land HQ going down, that's a big blow to Tagada. Turbo with 25k reclaim versus only 14 for Tagada. Oh, I feel like I'm probably mixing up their names a lot, so apologies for that. This is the worst tragedy in the whole game. I mean, at least it didn't get killed by a frigate, but that's the only saving grace. It's not going to get finished, is it? He has unpaused it. I feel as though the game won't last long enough for him to finish that. If Turbo does it correctly. That poor engineer here, she's got killed by so many torpedo bombers. Good God, he's dead. He's already dead. TMLs keep flying. Will this one hit the mountain? Nope. Was that upgrading to T2? Probably not. Although there's no wreck. So perhaps it was actually. Yeah, Turbo is just killing all the T1 factories here. In case they're upgrading and also just to stop the production. He may as well kill them with the TMLs. There's not like there's many better targets. Actually, he could have killed this T2 Max. Somehow that's not dead. TMD may be in time now to save it. Oh, a bunch of frigates now reaching the base again. But once again, it's only T1 mexes. Turbo is not interested in upgrading these vulnerable mexes. Doesn't see any need in it. You can see him upgrading mexes that exist far away from the guns of Tridents. T2 land now is getting overrun by swarms of Mantis. Fire the lasers. Well, looks like he has a lot of units here to defend though. So he did allow all of his torpedo bombers to die. However, T3PJ is done and his strap bomber is done. And it immediately flies out of the factory and is attacked by the waiting Inties. Loses 700 HP but gets away. Where will this strap bomber land? He could bomb the TMD and then bomb the base, perhaps. The T3 Mex is finished. I would be tempted to start upgrading that shield just to, you know, protect against certain naval attacks. Barracuda will deal with these annoying frigates in the base. Strap bomber drops and it actually did immediately kill the TMD. And there's the missile. Beautiful. And there goes the T2 Mex. And will the strats arrive? It's... Oh, don't turn too much. Oof. Yes, he is getting away. Now you just need to get an ASF in behind these Inties. Clean them up. Perfect. Uh-oh. Not so perfect. There goes the ASF. 2 or 3 ASF and would have been a lot better. The T2HQ is dying. How is that allowed to happen? It should actually... Will it survive? Will it die? CT1 bombers cleaning up the plateau. T2 land seems to have absolutely crushed whatever army was here. Strap bomber? Oh, it still lives. T2HQ. There's only 2. And the T2HQ is actually going to live. Just barely, isn't it? It's too much to watch now. Strap bomber. Where's it going? I don't know. Oh, torpedo bomber might be able to finish the factory. Or all these frigates. ASFs are out. Looks like Tagada lost all of his Inties now. He has T3 air of his own. ASF production begins when Tagada now has even less control of the middle island. Once again, Turbo's entire main island loses its mass production. It's fine. Who needs mass anyway? He has a strap bomber. Oh, he doesn't have a strap bomber for long though, I guess. There it goes. Parks itself directly in the mountain. And I think we're about to see the end now. Because there's a lot of T2 land and it cannot be stopped. Tagada will be wiped from the main island in the middle. And he also will not be able to get air control. It's quite even now, but shouldn't be in just a minute. A lot of T1 bombers spread around, being annoying. The frigates are doing decently well to kill them though. The T2 Naval HQ did go down. It's not the way you want to build your torpedo defense because frigates have AoE, so you can see multiple torpedo defense getting killed with every shot. We're getting damaged with every shot. Yep, there they go. If they're spread out a little bit, probably would kill all the frigates, honestly. But there you go. Tagada has lost the main island completely. There's no way of retrieving it. He does have T2 air of his own finally. He does have T3 air. But this looks unwinnable. Turbo sitting under 3 shields. Has some T2 anti-air. Stealth wouldn't go astray. Tagada actually does have a decent number of ASF. But he needs things that can shoot commanders or drop bombs on commanders. So without that, the ASF are basically useless. Except for defending against his own damage, damage against himself. Here's a couple of drops though into the main. Oh, there's T2BDs here already, so that's not gonna work. Assuming they have the range. And they do. That's quite funny, dropping under the shield. Unfortunately, he's just in range, and the bomber kills all of those. Also, T1 PD, a SAM going up in the base now as well. So these drops far too little, too late. Torps can't kill Subhunter? Not sure what he means. Freaks don't get vision for them. Yeah, the freak should be able to see that. Actually, it did pop up though. The frigate did pop up. Or the Subhunter did. 3,800 mass killed on that Barracuda. That's ridiculous. 21 kills. It's insane. Now we have the Wagner's dispatched from the middle, heading towards Tagada's base. Ooh, we even have an Omni sensor. That's nice. And Tagada, I think he knows that this is over. Where's the airfight though? Okay, these Wagners might be a mass donation in the end. Need to see an airfight. That's the only thing really left to do in this game, is to fight air. So let's make it happen. This Barracuda continues to single-handedly win the naval war. 4,485 mass killed. As Tagada is forced to dodge T1 bombers in his own base. A lot of rhinos being built unnecessarily here. Oh, will we finally see the airfight? Tagada wants it, Turbo does not. Retreats to his SAM launcher, which Tagada immediately flies over. And now Turbo... Well, look at that, he's just going to keep running away, isn't he? That was quite nice. A slick dodge. Tagada is absolutely gagging for this airfight. Turbo is going to oblige now. Let's go back to 0. I'm at -1. Oof. Oof. Very bad turn there from Tagada. And he sees that and decides, I think that'll do. That's a lot of Corsairs coming in. Imagine if he had actually won air, he may have killed... Oh, there's actually extra pigeons over here. Never mind. Unlikely he really does anything with that. This was the only thing worth sniping on the map, I think. And it had T3, stealth, SAMs, shield. not exactly a winnable scenario. So I'm gonna end the video there, and that leaves us at 1-1. So I will cast the final game, but not in this video. So tune in soon to find out the results. And also, I will try and cast a lot of this tournament, as much as I can, and as many interesting games as I find. If you have any tips on interesting games you've seen in this tournament or others, then send them to me on any platform, really. Leave them in the comments or anywhere on FAF, forum, PM, etc., Discord. It's all good. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time, guys.